Hello there, this is Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot flying the Airbus A320 into nice flight. We're gonna see the full flight from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing with the British Airways Airbus A320 aircraft here in Zurich Airport. I'm gonna show you the full takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing, also how to use the systems, how to start the engine, how to set up the flight management computer, how to calculate the fuel, the weight, the center of gravity of the aircraft, the horizontal tail trim stabilizer. I will show you all the systems, the hydraulic, the electrical, the pressurizer from the engines and from the APU. We have also the APU, the auxiliary power unit, the fuel system, the left and the right wing, and the center tank and the fuel booster pumps, fuel tanks. So we're gonna have the full flight from takeoff here in the Zurich airport in Switzerland. So I'm gonna show you the aircraft right now and all the systems. We're in the runway 14. So I'm gonna set first the flight management computer here. I will show you how to make an engine start maybe later after we land, because I don't want to lose time now. So you can see the overhead here, all the systems. You can see the primary flight display, the airspeed, barometric altitude, the terrain, the side stick, the left and the right engine, the autopilot here, airspeed, heading, altitude, the flight management computer. We're gonna enter the flight plan, the thrust levers here for the engines. So we have the idle, we have the reverse thrust, so the reverse thrust. Also we have we need to use some lights here. It's getting darker. Gonna start the APU. So you can see the APU is on here. The master switch and the start switch. You can see the outside view, the aircraft, the Airbus A320 with the British Airways over here. You can see the side stick. We can control the aircraft using the elevator and aileron computer, the sex, the spoilers and elevator computers, and the FACS, the flight accommodation computer for the yaw, for the rudder control and trim. You can see also the airport here. So we have the flight control computers for the elevator, and the spoilers, left and right wing, and the ailerons to make turns and also climb and descend, using the aerodynamic force, the G acceleration during turns, depending on the turn. So you can see the aircraft, the Airbus A320. You can see the wings, the spoilers over here extended. I'm gonna set the flight plan right now. You can see the thrust levers that I told you here, the stabilizer trim position. So to enter the flight plan, the data over here, the flight management computer, initialize LSZH back to LSZH Zurich International. back to Zurich International, LSZH airport. Allowing the Aeroso over here, the inertial reference system, cruising altitude, gonna use flight level 250 and coast index 100. I'm gonna leave it like that. So we have select departure and arrival over here. So we're gonna select runway 14 trans ZURICH to Alpha over here, insert, clear the discontinuity over here. So I hope you like the Airbus over here, aircraft Airbus industry. Arrival to LSZH, so select ILS localizer runway 14 over here, and now the stars are determined arrival, Negria 1 Alpha, insert, and now we have the complete flight plan from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach and landing, the data, progress, takeoff, performance takeoff. So we can use like takeoff speed 145, 140 V1, we rotate 145 and 150 V2. So we have trim 2 and 0. Maybe we can use drop. So we're gonna use this for takeoff, as you see it here. Takeoff performance. We have the flight plan. You can see the terrain here. You can see the Italy, Switzerland. Also here the Austria. The airspeed here, barometer. So we're gonna have now. We're ready for the flight now. You're gonna see now the full flight from takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach, and landing. I'm gonna start the takeoff process using the SISIC. The controls are the horizontal tail and the ailerons and the spoilers. Horizontal tail, climb, descent. We have the rudder pedals also here. I'm gonna start now the flight, takeoff, climb, cruise, descent, approach, and landing. Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot, flying the Airbus A320. Tonight's flight with the Microsoft Flight Simulator, Microsoft FSX. So I'm gonna start right now. The thrust levers forward, parking brakes off, you have to use also the flaps, but for this flight is okay because I don't use too much weight right now. It's gonna accelerate. So here we are, V1, we rotate it slightly, let it gear up. Hope you like it. You can see it's Microsoft Flight Simulator. And this is the climb pod. You can see the runways all the time. So now we need to pitch down a little bit and make a turn over here. You're gonna see the map moving here. So we have all the data. You can see the airspeed is increasing. The altitude 6,600 feet. And I use less clutter. Now we have the flight run as it should be over here. As you can see, this green line. Now we need to follow. And we climb with Mach 0.5, maximum airspeed. Gonna level off over here, start turning, and fly straight. When I use climb thrust, this dead end. So you're gonna see the climb thrust is displayed also here. You can see the FCU, the flight control unit. We set the autopilot, the altitude, airspeed heading. So right now we're flying manually. You see the airspeed is decreasing as we pitch up, climb with less thrust. So this is the airspeed again. This is the climb needle. We have to fly through these waypoints here and then start descending for the landing. So this is our beautiful cockpit. Here's also the ultimate trim system, trimming the horizontal tail, trim stabilizer when I move the side stick automatically. We can use also manual trim whenever we want or need. There's also the two rudder pedals we need for yawing the airplane, for the horizontal tail, for the vertical tail actually. You can see also the side stick here. You can see the overhead panel of the systems. It's also gonna have the Switzerland here, the lake. Gonna have the chemtrails in a while. You can see the turns I can make using the side stick. And we keep turning automatically. Also climb with the nose down. So this is the 6 degrees of freedom of the aeroplanes. Flying aircraft. We are flying Switzerland here, the Alps. So I hope you like this flight. Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot, flying the Airbus A320. Nice flight. British Airways flight over flying the Switzerland and the Zurich. So we're going back to the airport right now. We descend for approach and landing. In about 30 minutes we're gonna be landing. We'll start turning here. You can see the displays here. We can use idle thrust, we can use automatic or manual idle position. So these signals, we have limited auto thrust right now because in this position, in the climb position, it activates the auto thrust after takeoff. So we need to initiate our descent. So we can press the autopilot. We will see what happens. Here we press also the altitude here. It will commence automatic descent back to the airport. And I want to make a right turn. Over here it's more convenient for this road. I'm gonna activate the autopilot later. This is disarming the autopilot. Also the airspeed. As the manage right now selected. As we are descending, gonna see the lines of the flight one. You can see the airspeed here. So now we are approaching full landing in the Zurich airport with the British Airways Airbus A320. We're gonna be there in about 15 minutes. So stay with me until the end part of the flight, approach and landing. So we need to use also the speed brakes. Slow down the airplane. You can see the computer is lagging sometimes. I use high speeds. If I decrease the plotter. So now we are approaching for the landing, and we're gonna have a less airspeed. We'll fly the lake here. will be like the British Airways livery. You can see the side stick effect like that. Turns also. You need the spoilers right now. Extended. We're gonna overfly the lake and approach for landing. You can see the lines here we need to follow, the green line in the Airbus aircraft. You can see the airspeed 240 knots. Selected airspeed 200 for approach. We're flying with Mach 0.5, about 20,000 feet right now. So we went even higher. Gonna see later also the systems after landing. We're flying the lake of the Switzerland, also the Swiss Alps, and now the Austria on this side, also Germany over here, and France and Italy this way. And also view. I'm gonna see the approach now. You can see the needle, we are descending right now. We crossed 16,000 feet. Here is the airport, the runways we can use for landing and for takeoff. You can see also the terrain, reflections, and the weather reflections. The ground speed 30 nautical miles. Desert, the time of desert. We keep descending. So we're gonna be there in about 15 minutes. Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot, flying the Airbus A320, British Airways tonight flight back to the Zurich airport in Switzerland. So Oh, here we have another aircraft flying us. You can see I'm gonna be approaching in about 10 minutes, which means we're gonna launch. So we are about 2,000 feet above the ground level right now. Thomas Hatsios, the pipeline, the Airbus A320 with the British Airways leaving. "13,000 feet above the sea level." To increase the rate of descent, approach in the airport. Have the airport, the lights somewhere here. So 31 minutes by now, and we're gonna be like 10 more minutes to land. Airspeed 280 knots, about 500 kilometers an hour. We are flying the river, so maybe we need to make it a little bit to the right as we are descending to have more room for approach and landing into the airspace. Maybe we also need look closer now the flight line. Here's the approach. Runway 14. Here's 7,000 feet. Gonna hold out the altitude for this approach. Have another aircraft here. You can see it's blinking. Hope you can see it. It's like 8-10 nautical miles. Now it's closer. It's like 8 nautical miles because we are approaching each other with high airspeed, double airspeed. It's getting close to us. You can see the blink from the lights here. Blinking another airplane into the sky. It is approaching the same runway. Here we see in the map. It's going the same direction or the other runway 16. So we're gonna follow that airplane for approach and landing. Got some clouds also, some weather. Gonna follow the instruments. We have here's all the runways. The airport. Oh, it's another airplane. Another one. Two. runway should be here somewhere. As this two airplane approach here, as you can see. So we're gonna follow this flight path, go straight in about 5 nautical miles. We're gonna make left turn for approach and landing. Gonna slow down also, extend the speed, the flaps, and decrease the airspeed. Landing gear down. Then we have another airplane here. Here we have it. You can see as we are approaching right now for approach and landing. I'm gonna be there in about 10 minutes. I'm gonna land into the airport. Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot flying the British Airways Airbus A320 into night flight. Gonna be. So hope you like. We continue now for approach and landing. Very close to the airport. I have this. You can see how we are descending. We're gonna use some flaps now. You can see the auto trim. Flaps up, position 3. Landing gear also down. I'm gonna start turning. Here we are for approach and landing to the airport. You can see the wing. You can see the stall speed here we need to avoid. So we're gonna keep some airspeed above the stall speed because we're gonna make the aircraft lose its lift from the wings and crash. So we need the airspeed always above the stall speed. You can see the red over here in the red airspeed is not good. Red and yellow and some black. So I have full flaps. Runway 14 over here, make it a little bit more to the right. We have a lower speed right now, about 250 kilometers an hour. I'm gonna follow the other aircraft forwards. A bit more airspeed. We have also the weather here, low clouds, and the runways are in this direction. You can see we're going through some clouds from time to time. We're not gonna need so much airspeed. I have the runway in front of us in a while. Since the computer is lagging from time to time, I need to fix the graphics. and the frames per second. It's not good. Starting some thrust again. You can see the runway. We're gonna approach
2,500.
We're in the right direction here. Gonna make a left turn about 45 degrees. Here we have the runway in front of us. Also we are approaching. We use also the rudder for steering. For directional steering. Use a little bit more thrust. This is the airspeed is decreasing again. Keep descending. Following the ILS localizer. Keep descending. Now we're going through the clouds, as you can see. We have the runway. Very good position for landing. Also use less thrust. Hopefully it's not gonna lag again. I'll stop lagging.
$500.
Sink rate.
$400. $300.
Sink rate.
$200.
You can see the wind.
$100.
Now it's pushing out the airplane.
70, 60, 50, 40, 30.
Here we are. Very, very beautiful, very smooth, butter landing. We also have a lot of wind is pushing out the airplane. So we're going around. This is the computer log again. Letting gear up. gonna make a turn and come back again for landing. Useless airspeed. You can see we're climbing away from the airport, from the runway 14, runway 16. Gonna make a U-turn and we're gonna do the breeze. I think we have no more lag in the computer now because it's more dark. The Microsoft Flight Simulator X had this lagging problem with the high graphics many times. You can hear that is from the auto thrust because I have the thrust levers below the climb tented. So it's not automatic, it's semi-automatic. That's why you hear this blink. We'll go back to another cloud. It's not lagging here in the outside view. Computer lag is very better. You can see the airport, 3 runways, and now the aeroplane, the lake to Zurich in Switzerland behind us. We'll go for another landing. So we need to add thrust again, some airspeed. We are approaching for the second landing. Thomas Hatsios, the American pilot flying the Airbus A320 with the British Airways aircraft into nice flight from Zurich back to Zurich. We'll be flying the Switzerland, Germany, France and Italy. I'll be here in Austria. So we have a few more minutes. Hemi flying manually. We have the approach point here. Need to be at 5,000 feet. The airspeed is decreasing. So I need to use So now we are approaching for the second landing, about 10 minutes, maybe less. Can use the landing gear down.
2,500.
We have flaps full extended. You can see the Airbus A320 cockpit and aircraft. Again we have the computer log.
Two 2,500. 2,500.
We need to follow again. Airspeed, altitude, ILS localizer, radio altitude above the ground level. We have some wind. It's pushing out the airplane. The wind is coming like that. So we need to realign. Sometimes it's changing direction, it's coming from the other side.
One thousand.
'So now we go through the
1,000.
clouds, ILS localizer, cut 3, I believe.
One thousand.
'A bit more thrust.
1,000.
It's gonna log again.
One thousand.
Sync rate.
Five hundred. 400. 300. 200. 100. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20.
We're gonna run a little bit faster. Just slow down more easy because it's too much weight. And here we go. Very smooth landing. I mean, you use the thrust in the end because it slows down the computer. You see the computer now is lagging again. So I had to go with the thrust down. Okay, so this was British Airways, Airbus A320-200 Zurich, Switzerland. 2 takeoffs, 2 landings. 2 landings tonight. On time error. I know wait since. So that was Thomas Hatsios, the pilot flying the Airbus A320, the American pilot flying the Airbus A320 international flight. Gonna see the next flight with another Airbus BOEING or EMBRAER aircraft or fighter jet like an F-16. So thank you for watching my flight tonight. I will see you in the next flight. Bye bye. So I will see you in the next flight. Thank you very much. Bye bye. This is the computer also. Bye-bye.